I'm going to turn this into about 150 gallons of potting mix. Because our backyard has so many trees and it faces east, so we don't get very much morning sun. In fact, we get very little sun most of the year. But when we do, we get enough to grow a few things, but I have to be creative. I'm forced to pretty much go with container gardening, and that's why I need all this soil. I'm planning on filling up about 50 of these pots. So I plan on taking last year's leftover potting mix after I cleaned all the roots out and everything, and I'm going to add some peat moss, some vermiculite. I'm going to lime it, and then it goes right back into containers. This size container I found is perfect for growing vegetables that are pretty fast growing, and you know, it'll hold them pretty well in here, and it's the base is wide enough so that if it gets a little windy, they won't fall over as easily. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little layer of just regular old hay in the bottom of all my containers. Make sure the drain holes are going to be clear. First things first, I'm going to throw on a layer, maybe about a couple of inches of peat moss. It's really easy to break up this peat moss when it's laid out like this. I estimate I'm going to need a gallon or so of garden lime. It's just regular dolomite lime. But this peat moss has a very high acid content. So I want to bring that down and temper it. So this is perfect. Alright, I just worked that lime in a little bit. The reason I like to put this down before the vermiculite is because you can see it a little easier, and that way I can spread it out better. This is the most expensive ingredient that goes in this. I have to put about almost the whole bag. I'm going to put about $15 worth of vermiculite down. Yeah, you can see how nice and porous this soil is. It's a great all-purpose mix. It's nice and porous. It'll allow the roots access to all the nutrients, and the nutrients are going to come in by means of compost tea. And I plan on making that compost tea nitrogen rich at first, and then gradually backing off and and adding some bone meal and some seaweed extract, and that really helps encourage flowering and fruit development. So if my calculations are correct, with the second pile that's 8 foot by 12 foot by 4 inches deep, I should be able to get 30 of these containers full. And that's good because I have 28 of them left. Two more. So I made out pretty good. Both piles combined, I got 320 gallons, which filled 52 of my 6-gallon pots. Plus I got a little bit left over to top off my raised beds. Now the cost breakdown goes like this. Both piles I wound up using about $10 worth of peat, $5 worth of lime, a $20 bag of vermiculite, and a total cost of $35. Now you figure I got 320 gallons, that works out to 11 cents per gallon. If I go to the store, that same amount, I need 20 bags. They sell them in 64-quart bags for the complete mix, and that's going to cost about $1 a gallon. Of course, the key to keeping the cost down was the fact that I've got plenty of aged compost, and I had leftover used potting mix from last season, and I decided to recycle it, and that's how you do it. I'm putting cucumbers in. I don't care about the frost. I gotta order some more seeds.